Thank you. I had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and as John mentioned, thank you. And as John mentioned, I turned 80. And I said to my wife, I'm 80. My life is half over. She said, well, don't worry about old age, it doesn't last long. I don't feel old, but, you know, there are changes that happen when you get older. Physical changes. For instance, I find now that I've grown a whole lot more after a good dinner than I do after an orgasm. I don't really feel old. In fact, I don't feel like anything until about noon, and then it's time for a nap. This morning I went down to pull up my socks, and then I realized that it was my ankles that were all wrinkled and baggy. Sometimes I look down at my watch 2 or 3 times in a row and still don't know what the hell time it is. Last night I pulled an all-nighter, which for me just means that I slept right through without having to get up and pee. My mornings are spent like most old people. I have a cup of coffee and read the obituaries. Just to make sure I didn't die during the night. Incidentally, my blood type has been discontinued. I'm at that age where if I feel like having some Fruit Loops, I have to think about the fiber content. The other morning, I put out my shoulder, just spreading some peanut butter on a bagel. It was crunchy peanut butter, I'll say that. And then I put out the other shoulder, trying to put Bengay on the first shoulder. My grandfather said to me, you know, don't worry about senility. When it happens, you'll never know. My friend Ed Schrock here, he goes around saying, you know, the good die young. Ed will be 93 next month. I remember back when I was 2 years old, it was really quite a shock to me when I suddenly realized that in 1 year I had doubled my age. And I thought to myself, what the hell, by the time I'm 6, I'll actually be 90. Do you ever stop to think and then forget to start again? I noticed this morning that my birth certificate has got an expiration date on it. I understand that death is the #1 killer in this country. And that life is sexually transmitted. I have to laugh at some of these health nuts. You know, one day they're going to wake up really astonished, lying in hospital, dying of nothing. Ladies, something you need to know, men have just 2 emotions. Hunger and horniness. And they can't tell the difference between the 2. So if you see him looking at you with that sort of gleam in his eye, just make him a sandwich. I got lucky yesterday. I went into the other room to get something and remembered what it was I wanted to do. But you know, life is very much like a toilet roll. The closer you get to the end, the faster it seems to go. But anyway, it's about time I took my Viagra, so I'll say goodnight and I'm going off to take a nap.